Hi everyone, this is Matt bringing you guys the December update for King's Pride, the SVC Scallywags channel. Had a great month this month and took a lot of trips up and down that ladder. As you can see, we have 2,200 recorded, which is likely about half of the actual trips. And here you're seeing some really quickly working high school students disassemble our wonderful cover that we've had on it. It has been fantastic to have that keeping us dry for almost a year now. So really excited to see the boat again. She is looking beautiful back there. And of course that has to come down even though it's December, because we are ready to put that fully updated spar back in. We're going to step the mast and install all that new rigging. So big day here at Skagit Valley College Marine Tech. We also cleaned up that mast step and got a few coats of paint on it. It's looking really good. And of course, we remembered to reinstall the original coin that was under the mast, 1920s US half dollar. There it is. So we got that baby back in there for good luck. And I guess the Romans said that that's what could pay the unfortunate sailor's way into the afterlife. So good to have that. And here we are at our big day. You see the boom truck there. Huge thanks to Brent and Seattle Yachts for helping us out, both removing and stepping this mast. You can see students and then the guys from Northwest Rigging arranging the mast so that Brent can get a good hold on it. And of course, a lot goes into this. It's the actual lifting and stepping of the mast only really takes a few minutes, but really the important thing is making sure everything is all good to go. Got all our ducks in a row, all that standing rigging and running rigging run, everything checked out, all electrical wires checked out, everything at the masthead good to go. And then here you see them sliding the mast through the partners, nice and easy, and getting all the wiring down below into the cabin. It was a tight fit for us, but worked out great. And then, of course, connecting the standing rigging. And generally, we're starting with the forestay and then the two cap shrouds. And then in a moment here, you'll see the guys connect the lower shrouds and the backstay. So everything went really great. And another important thing to point out here is where we have the mast picked at. And you can see it's being grabbed right above that first spreader. And what that does is allows, of course, the butt of the mast to come down, but it's also just above the center point of the mast center of gravity, which makes it so the butt of the mast, when you're lifting it, is not so heavy and hard to move around. So really helps to kind of do a test pick first to make sure you have that grabbed in the correct position. And then you also saw how quickly we were able to disconnect the boom from the mast. And that's all about the way you sling the mast up. Have to mouse the hook open on the boom, but it means that we don't have to send somebody up in a bosun's chair to disconnect. So that all worked out really slick. You see the guys are connecting the inner forestay and starting to run their halyards out now. Of course, you want to pack the halyards to the mast first, all your running rigging to the mast, and then the standing rigging afterwards so that you can get to it right away. So very well done. It all went really smoothly, and we are sure happy to see that mast standing out in the back.
And then down in the bilge of the boat here, the new bilge, which is awesome. Art built this out of Coosa, this little holder. Pop it in with 4 screws, and it holds the bilge pump and a little suction foot in case we want to use a gulper style pump. And then the big pump will be forward of that. But the idea is serviceability, and you can reach it now. And down in, grab it, pop the pump out, and up it comes. These are pretty slick. So you pull this out, easy to clean. And if this slid forward when it's in there, it's on a timer every 2.5 minutes. Or if this is back, depending on how you install it, this is 1 water level, the low level. So it's got an L down here, H for high up here. This is the high level. So we have it installed to start with the high level. So it's got an automatic water switch in here. When the water level gets this high, pump should automatically work. So this is just a little dewatering for nuisance water pump. And then we'll of course have a bigger pump and a high water alarm that will be installed later. But kind of like this new low profile This the LP 900S. We'll do some testing and see, but looks like a great little bilge pump setup. There's that new mast, looking good. They got the wires just temporarily coiled up and tossed in the head there, but VHF and spreader lights and anchor lights and tricolors, you name it. Even added an NMEA 2000 cable for spare. But they'll go forward of the mast through the bulkhead here and around and underneath the settee and over in the nav chart table area where the breaker panels will be. Okay, beautiful sunny day, December. Mast is on, beautiful. Foul weather gear, extra tufts. Before we cover this back up, it's time for a proper scrubbing. Get rid of all the dust and stuff from the last year's worth.
Finally, here we are putting on some more of that boat cover, shrink wrap stuff. Mainly just wanted to keep ourselves dry on the back deck. And when we have the companionway open, we're going to be spending a lot of time going in and out of that back hatch there, working on getting the engine put in and plumbed in and everything else done. So we're going to stay dry doing it. Thank you guys all for watching the December update. We look forward to seeing you next year in 2022.